There's people that collect sneakers. It's really become profitable. And people, they know all the release dates on the new Jordans. They know all of the colorways. When we were back in Topeka, again, I like a good pair of sneakers, but I'm frugal. My wife would say I'm cheap. So I can't see myself purchasing them, but I like them. So on Facebook Marketplace one time, they had a nice pair of Jordans, my size, for cheap. And I said, I'm gonna get these. So I get them, pay it, bring them with me. I bring it to the youth group the next morning. I walk in there, chest poked out, gliding. And there was a student that, he was a sneakerhead, that's what they call him. He collected sneakers. And he looked down and said, those are fake. I said, no, they're not. Now, he didn't touch them. He didn't ask for a receipt. I said, how you know they're fake? He said, because the sole is too thick. And the logo is a little crooked. He said, I collect sneakers. I know what they look like. I have held a lot. And he said, and the stitching is off. He just began to point all of the different things. And I began to ask him, how do you know? He says, because I've held so many real ones, I could spot a fake. He says, I have observed so many reals. He said, and he knew it was fake. He could spot it was fake. He didn't have it in his hand. He didn't ask for the receipt, didn't care where I got them from. All he said is I could look. Why? Because he was so enamored. He had held the real one so often that you could spot a fake. And what I want you to know is that the Antichrist is a counterfeit. But the real reason that you begin to beat a counterfeit is not by studying a bunch of counterfeits. It's by loving the real one so much that you can spot a fake. It is when you get so in love with Jesus that anything or anything else that walks by, you can say, I don't need to hold it. I don't need to know where you got it from. I can just look and see that's not the real one. I can look and see the stitching is off. I can look and see that the sole is too thick. Not because I'm so enamored with that. I just had the real one so much in my hand. I know what the real one looks like. There cannot be an antichrist unless there's a real one. You cannot sniff out a wolf. You cannot sniff out false. It's because you have not observed the real, true Christ.